Yeah. FDR, Foundation Results. This is your boy. And I'm coming live and direct on the highway, Louisville, Texas, talking real solid right now. Listen to me. Light on, even though coming down the road, going about 70 miles per hour. This is accurate. Listen, this coronavirus is really disturbing the peace right now. Guys, listen to me. This came from an animal. So you think about it, an animal plant cell, it's multicellular. A human plant cell is multicellular. It's a eukaryote, which means it has a true nucleus. This is not nothing that's just recent to the earth. That's why I come at y'all and I'm talking about perspective of the land. Because we get real worried and it's like, guys, anything can happen. A flu is a flu. It's a common cold. It comes from an animal. It's been around since the 50s, been reported. Go look it up. Could be sooner, I'm pretty sure, but that's when technology may have caught up to do it. You gotta wash your hands. You gotta understand if there's a positive, there's a negative. That's everyday life. If there's a positive, there's a negative. Things happen in 3 phases. 3. Understand that. So within those 3 phases, you gotta understand that, that you can have, a setback, a stalemate, and a promotion. You can have past, present, future, right? The mind, body, and spirit. But at the same time, it can be attacked because the enemy, and we've mentioned this before, there is a real spirit of the enemy out here, which comes to kill, steal, and destroy. And there's an elaboration on that, guys, just like any other model you use in the earth. If you use certain models, for example, in science, we use the 5E model, right? 5E model. Go look it up. And there's a breakdown of steps. There's a breakdown of steps and how things are done. Things are happening in phases. If you understand, you have to understand. God said in the beginning of the earth, go back and watch it and read it. What did he say? I built it in 6 days. Are you following me? I rest on the Sabbath day. So some look at it and say, well, they celebrate on Saturday or Sunday. That's not God's issue. We're thinking that he's really he's not petty like we are, obviously, otherwise we wouldn't be here. You got to understand that. He's not petty. Understand what's really going on. And it's all right to call him by his name. You can pray. You can meditate. You can reflect. We're arguing about who is doing something better. Everybody has an innate gift with them. Faith-based education, foundation results. Everything has a gift with it. So when I say the 3 phases, you do have a past, a present, and a future. You do have a mind, body, and a spirit. You do things in setbacks where you're not perfect. You're imperfect. Nobody's perfect. Stalemates, you better listen when you're in a phase of having to listen. And then a promotion, you got to make a choice. Well, I was in a bad condition. It doesn't mean when you're in existence, you have a choice. So what you have to understand is anything that surrounds you, you pay attention when it's there. You're no different from an animal in the wild. Listen to what I just said. You're no different from an animal in the wild. Only thing is you have a better understanding. Therefore, you have to have the teaching at home, foundational results. You got to get to the surface. So when they say the kid really needs you, they have to have you. Your mind has to be ready. You have to be ready to make decisions. You understand? You got to get right there right now. So if you have a kid at 16 years of age, you better be ready to take care of that kid at 16 years of age. And whatever else you was doing, that gift still relies in you. You still do that out, but you got to take care of what's primary first. Foundational results. Straight like that. Coming down the highway again in Louisville. Like I said, coming across the lake. I've been through a transition in my life. And I love it. And the reason why I love it is because I've been able to sit back and really look at things and look at the blessings. That's what I'm saying. I'm looking at it. I'm reflecting. And I know and I understand that every day is not promised as far as in me. Oh, okay, this is what you're going to be doing. You don't know. And I want to be blessed and remaining the same. So I want to be humble as I come to you, Lord. I look up. I talk to you. I try to work on my flesh. My flesh, it bothers me daily. There's skin in the sin, as the homie Zero says. out in H-Town, Texas, Missouri City. 0, we cut for you. Intermission. Let me go ahead and accreditate the message. You know what I'm saying? And he said, well, man, this guy, you know what I'm saying, he raps and does things like that. Guys, everybody every day is sinning. God knows this. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a New Testament. There is a law. There is an understanding of where we have to get. Foundation results. There's a lifestyle that we have to get to. We do have to get there. There is no question about it. Being a good person, a good character and all that, that's great. At the end of the day, though, you're going to have to make solid decisions in 3 phases with your mind, body, and spirit. All that has to be aligned. Just like it's alignment outside the earth. There's alignment. You notice that when you see, thank you, Lord, when you see a straight line, you see an eclipse, 180 degrees all the way across. You know what I'm saying? When you see things, when eclipses and different things change, there's a phase taking place. Now I'm coming back to moon phases. And they say, well, that's not really important in school. Yeah, it is. You got to get an understanding. There is an alignment. There are tides, high and low, that come what? Twice a day. What? Yeah. So there's 2 different. There's a low and a high. So you multiply that by 2, you got what? 4 a day. Oh yeah, twice a day. 2 different types, low and a high. Here we go. Right? Moon phases. As you go through the pattern in the days, the strength and the gravitational pull of the earth changes because there is things really moving. Y'all still talking about flat earths and people walking across. We beyond that. We beyond that. You got to look at other factors. When you talk about physics, you got to look at other factors. You dig what I'm saying? You got to check. You got to really, really understand what's going on. It's not about just looking at satellites. All of that's here. They might be listening to me now. And hopefully they understand that this is real information. That's where you take it. Because you want everybody to grow. So anybody who has an opportunity to listen has an opportunity to grow, which means they can catch the faith in action, moving. Foundation results. Everything's live. It's a wire. Coming down the road. I'm coming down the road right now. Coming down the road and I'm chopping and I'm talking because I'm trying to simplify what seems to be hard principles every day in the earth and the atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love teaching, but at the same time, you got to really research and kind of look back and see what you're doing. Because you can be the fool. I can be the sinner. You understand? That's everybody. Doesn't matter. I'm really real. I pay my bills. I'm on time. I do the right thing. You are a sinner. You got to get up every day. You got to pray, repent. You got to do it. You got to pay attention to what you're doing, why you're doing it. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not perfect. We know that. So that's why we do it. We don't do it because of the fact if we're sinning. We do it because of the fact that we want to increase our communication. Who doesn't want that? When you meet, when you meet someone, you know what I'm saying, that's a good person to you. Doesn't matter the gender. They're a good person to you. You got solid communication. That goes a long way. Would you agree with that? Would you agree with that? Foundational results. I'm about to wrap it up, man. You know what I'm saying? To me, it's Wednesday. Like I said, coming back to the coronavirus. These things, man, guys, there's things that take place every day on earth. You got to have your mind, body, and spirit in alignment. Again, in alignment. And whatever happens, you already understand that. There's unfortunate things that happen. We see that. Even with people that we feel that should have been granted more life. So by understanding that, then why would you not understand that every day? What do I need to do? Showering, sanitation, washing your hands. Guys, there should be businesses of sanitation in the earth. So if you got janitorial services or custodial businesses, start contracting and bringing these type of qualities in the earth. Start thinking about that. We got to really start talking about really solutions and resolutions on what we're doing. It can't be just ideology. You see what I'm saying? Everybody's worshiping something. It's only one God, Uno. That's the game. Everybody loves Uno. See how I get right back to it? There's a lot of different colors in Uno. Variations of cards and numbers. At the end of the day, though, Uno, the last person with the fewest cards is one. Because there's only one God. You got to understand that. Uno. I just said it. Things happen in phases. Dos, tres, mind, body, spirit. I appreciate it. Anyway, man, like I said, you guys, y'all have a great evening. 9/10, Wednesday. Understand that, hump day, willing Wednesday, foundational results.